Waka waka waka, what's up, and welcome back to the channel for yet another FC Finch Transformers review, third-party Transformers review, and today we are taking a look at the, hopefully, remainder, unless I'm not knowing about some other Cassetticons, but hopefully the remainder of our Cassetticons for our Robot Paradise 01 Acoustic Wave / 02 Acoustic Blaster, and yeah, this is the RP-01C Cassetticon set, which includes Korax, it includes Rexon, it includes Thagomizer, and it includes Marvin. So we have quite a bit to go over, so we're going to try and get into this as quick as possible. We're going to do a quick spin of the box. Now, I already did an unboxing for this where I went over the instructions and the cards in depth, as well as the box. I put a link in the description to that down below. You can check that out. We're just going to take a quick spin of the box. Let me get the cassettes off to the side here, and we got, of course, a nice shot of our bots on there. RP-01C, Cassetticons, Robot Paradise, of course, who's the AKA Fans Toys. You'll never forget who it's from. It's got Robot Paradise all over the box. On the back, you have all the shots with Acoustic Blaster. You have them with the Night Bat, and you can pause and read the description if you feel so inclined. And ages 15 and up, made in China, and that's pretty much it for the box. So we're going to do things a little bit differently in this review. We're going to talk briefly about the cassettes as a whole, but I'm going to take these individually. I'll talk about each of their modes. I'll transform them all individually. But first, the one thing I do want to go over is something that's indigenous to all of them is, of course, they come with the little cassette case that all the Cassetticons come with. And again, just a cool little clear. It is nice and clear, and you can just basically fit them all in there like little cassettes. And again, it adds a little piece of occasion and novelty to the whole thing. So there we go for that, and that is pretty cool. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if some third-party company made inserts for these with the little graphics on them, just like they did for the other Cassetticons. So there we go for that. And for a quick comparison, the only comparison that's going to matter in this review, or at this point in this review, we're going to go to the nearest disc replay, and there we have all of our Robot Paradise Decepticon cassettes in their cassette mode, so you can see how they all look together and lots of pretty colors. And let's get into it and start talking about our first Cassetticon, Korax. We're going to go through them in the same way the instructions do, and Korax comes first, and he's basically just a recolor of their Corvus, aka Laserbeak, this is their take on a buzz saw. And yeah, he looks pretty good. Basically, Laserbeak just yellow and with a little deeper shades of gray, but overall, you know, there he is in his cassette mode. You can kind of see his head tucked away just like that. He's got the two little inserts in there, nicely detailed. And of course, we'll bring in Mr. Acoustic Blaster because he can fit. I always kind of put him in the skinniest side first with the wings down. That's how I kind of put mine in. Oh, those little guns kind of unfold. And like, he'll unfold just like that, and then he'll open right back up. And he's pretty much easy to get in and out. But yeah, and that's pretty much it for the cassette mode. You know, it's simple, it's sweet, it looks functional. So we'll get on to the transformation. So the first thing we want to do is we want to kind of unfold the wings just like this, and then we could also bring the head out, of course, just kind of pull. Oh, there we go, just kind of pull the head out just like this. And then what we want to do is we can fold the feet down like this, and we got most of the meat of the transformation done. And what we want to do is we want to bring these up. These are on like a hinge, so you got a hinge here and a hinge here, so you're going to bring these up, rotate these over, and while you're doing that, actually, before you rotate them over, take the little cannon, rotate it to the inside, then you could rotate it over all the way and just kind of put it almost flush on top of the back. Same thing on the other side. You're going to bring these up on this little armature right here, rotate the cannon over, rotate it all the way over. Oh, come on, there we go, and then you want to rotate the wing over just like this, and then rotate the wing just like this, and you can bring that up, and there we basically have Korax in his Condor mode. I believe he is a mechanical Condor, and again, he's basically just a recolor of Corvus. If you liked Corvus, you'll like Korax. And again, just a nice little yellow. Love how they got the yellow for the eyes as well. Yellow for the beak. Mouth does not open. You got a whole tons of yellow and silver down here. Looks really, really good. Nice paint. Got a little bit of matte gray on here. You got some nice silver paint and the chrome for the cannons. Little wings towards the back. You got the little rocket detail, some venting detail back here. But overall, really good looking. As far as his articulation goes, the feet do swivel. They can move to and fro. You can, of course, slot them onto acoustic blaster or acoustic wave, depending on how you want to do it. And then, of course, the wings, they do have a rotation on a mushroom head here. You can bring them up and down a little bit. You do have a hinge right here for maximum swing. And then the head, you have a hinge down here and a hinge up here. You can get some rotation out of the head. And, of course, he does have his little spy camera, so he can spy on the Autobots that comes out of his head like that. So that is still really cool. And yeah, again, I mean, it's you know, just if you liked Corvus, you will like Korax. And yeah, definitely a really neat little figurine here. And that's about it for Korax. So next we'll take a look at Rexon, and this one is my personal favorite. But yeah, he's done in a very nice you can see the little gleam there. You can see it on the camera. He's got a very nice metallic cream white. Looks really good. Got his little head tucked. They all have their heads visible, I mean, except for Marvin there, but of course we know Marvin has no head really. You can see a little bit of teal right there, but he, again, you know, he gives the illusion. Doesn't quite have, oh yeah, he does. He has a little tape deck detail. He gives the illusion of the tape as best he can, and he will fit also into acoustic wave slash blaster size. I always put him in with the thinner side down, so where his head is, I just kind of put him in just like that, and he'll close up just like that, and he will pop right back out. So he does fit into acoustic blaster as well. And yeah, no, just a really neat little robot here. And to get him transformed, what we want to do, we'll start with the arms, so we can pull out. Got to kind of get in there. You just kind of pull out the arms just like this and bring them out on this hinge just like this. Same thing for the other side. Bring it out on this hinge just like this. And then you could bring around the head just like this. Fold it over just like that. And there we go. And then, of course, you can kind of leave that up. You can kind of bring down the little thigh areas right here. Bring out the feet if you so desire, and then you can just fold them over on this panel right here and then rotate them down just like this. Same thing for the other side. Rotate it down just like this. And the final step is you can just kind of unfold his little toes. It unfolds right here at a hinge, and then it folds up at the little leg here. And then it just, same thing for the other side, unfolds at a hinge right here, and then unfolds right here. And then last but not least, you just bring out his little tail, bring that out as far as it will go, and then you just pull on this right here, and that'll unload the rest of his tail. And there he is, these little like rhinoceros Tyrannosaurus Rex. Again, this guy is my favorite. I just think he looks so badass. And I'll kind of show you why. And again, he's got some of that metal construction. That Fans Toys craftsmanship going on in there. But otherwise, again, you're treated to mostly cream white metallic paint. You got that nice metallic teal. This again reminds me of so much why I love their Headmasters. Just, you know, really unique color usage, and I love the way that Fans Toys included. You got some kind of conduit detail going on for the neck, which is really good. This is my favorite part. This is like this guy is my favorite. You can open his mouth, and you can see he's got the all of his teeth are painted in silver. You got a little red down there. That is nice attention to detail. Only on the Fans Toys, baby. You got some little molded detail, and they got some nice beady red for the eyes. Watch out. This is his little snout here is a bit pointy and sharp. And yeah, then of course we got his articulation. The head does have a swivel up here. Of course, as I previously said, you can move on the transformation joint. The mouth will open as well. There we go, just like that. And then the arms, they do have a hinge at the elbow. They do have a hinge at the shoulder. You can use the transformation joint if you so desire to get a little bit more. The tail, you do got some wag right here. And of course, you can use the transformation joint at the expense of breaking the sculpt. And then of course, you got some thigh rotation. You do have some knee rotation. And then of course, you do have the foot as well that rotates. And of course, if you move this out on this hinge, on the transformations, you can get yourself a bit more for some kind of outward poses. And yeah, no, again, just a really cool little dude. He does struggle to stand up just a little bit, but again, once you get it going, he does look pretty cool. And of course, you do get some accessories with him. You get these little missile pods or whatever. They are done in a very nice chrome plastic. You got like little missiles right here. You got some rocket boosters right on. Barely put Mr. Rexon down. You got some nice detail right here. You got a little bit of molded detail in there, and those just peg right onto little exposed holes right in his back area. You just peg those on and yeah, if a Tyrannosaurus wasn't threatening enough, again, I think Hasbro, back when they designed this guy originally, they said, what would really make young 4-year-old boys happy? Dinosaurs with missiles attached to them. That's what would make 4-year-old boys happy. And man, did Hasbro know how to hit that mark. So that is pretty much it for Rexon, aka Overkill. And we'll move on to our next dino in disguise. Of course, that is going to be Thagomizer, aka Slugfest. And yeah, much like Overkill, again, I think these guys only appeared a handful of times, at least in the G1 I know. I don't know how much they appeared in Headmasters. I've never seen Headmasters. But this is, of course, their take on Slugfest. And again, he is a very nice, kind of a piss yellow, but a very metallic piss yellow. You can kind of see the little metallic in there. You got some nice gold plastic. I think this is metal, but it is gold plated. And of course, he's got a little bit of visible head there too. But again, then you got that nice hot pink there. That is really hot. Again, just the color usage and the use with the Fans Toys paint just really makes this guy pop. I love the color scheme on these guys. And of course, we'll do the fit test. And again, similarly with Rexon, I always put him in the head side first, just because it's small. He is a bit more of a tighter fit, but he still will fit. I don't think I actually got him in. Yeah, whatever. We're not going to spend too much time with it. This guy won't spend much time in the chest, but he will fit in there just like that. And yeah, let's get him transformed up. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to kind of bring out the feet right back here. Actually, we'll go up right to the front. We'll bring out these right back here, bringing these all the way out. Bring those out, and then you can fold these over just like this on both sides, and then you just bring the feet down just like this. Same thing for the other side. This is where this kind of gets a little bit convoluted. There we go. There we go. Just bring these down. Bring them down all the way. You just gotta kind of work it on the hinge, and you're just gonna fold this over just like this. Rotate the leg around. Same thing for the other side. Now that we got it straight, just rotate, kind of get the leg out. They got a hinge right in here. You're just gonna bring it out, and then you're gonna rotate it over. You want to make sure that the leg is kind of straight like this, and then you could rotate the leg down just like this, and there he has all 4 of his little feet. And then you could rotate the head down. It's got just this hinge right back here, and just gonna kind of bring it in line right there. And then same thing for the tail, just gonna bring it in line and just kind of line it up just right there. It's on this little double hinge right back here. And last but not least, you're gonna give him his little spiky spikes. You're just gonna bring him up on this little switch right here and there. And that's pretty much Thagomizer, aka Slugfest, in his dino mode. And again, he looks really good too. I love this this kind of piss yellow paint, this metallic piss yellow paint. It looks really good. Then you got the nice metallic pink on there like Chomp does. You got some little spikies on the tail. Again, you got to watch it on the horn here. He is sharp. Yeah, you will draw blood on that, I'm sure, if you press down hard enough. Got a nice little beady red for the eyes. The screws, not very intrusive. They kind of add to the effect of it all. And again, nice pink for the little spiky spikes. And for articulation, his head does rotate on this hinge right here. The mouth also does open. It is a bit more difficult. There we go. The mouth does open to reveal some nice red detail. It opens very wide, I might add. The legs, you do have a hinge right here at the knee. It is kind of hard to move. And then, of course, you have the hinge right here. Same thing for the back legs. You have the hinge for the inside, and then you have the hinge up here to move that. And the tail, I mean, you could use the transformation hinge. It will break the sculpt. And then, of course, you got the little waggity wag down here. here. And that's pretty much all for him. Not as much movement as Rexon. And then, of course, you do have some accessories. You have his little cannons right here done in a very nice chrome plastic. They look really, really good. And how those sit, you see they got this little insert right here, and they got a little peg right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to peg it in right here, and you're going to see this little insert right here is going to go right over this. So this is kind of how you want this sitting, just like that, and that'll sit nice and firmly. Excuse me, he gets 2 for the other side because, of course, dinosaurs and guns. What more could a 4-year-old ask for? And there you go. There's Thagomizer all armored up. And again, he just looks really cool. The silver just kind of adds that effect. Yeah, that's pretty much going to be it for Thagomizer. And last but not least, we got our buddy Marvin here. I can only assume this is a take on Marvin the Martian. He is done in a very nice metallic purple. Again, you got that gleam on there. You got some little silver there. He's the only one where the tape holes don't go all the way through, I do believe. And then you got the blue on there. Looks really, really good. And the coloration on these guys is just insane. Got some dark blue on the other side. Some nice silver in there for the centers. And this guy, I'm going to give a no-go on the fit test. You can't open it up. I usually try to put it in from this side. But again, he just doesn't seem to want to go all the way in, and I am not gonna force it. So I'm not gonna. Yeah, he's not gonna spend much time in there anyway. So I'm gonna give him a no-go on the fit test, and let's get him transformed up. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring up his little, I guess it's his head first, and then what you're gonna do is you want to push this back right. Actually, sorry, push this forward just like this. You're gonna get in there and push it forward. That'll bring out his little claw right there. And then what you want to do is you want to rotate this front wheel all the way out. He's like a little motorcycle thing, I guess. And the last step is you're going to bring out these little wheels. They're on this double hinge right in here, and you just kind of want to bring them out. And then what you want to do is you can kind of unfold his secondary wheels. They're just going to come out on this hinge right here. Same thing with the other side. You can kind of bring this out and then just unfold the secondary hinge. Then you see they got this little pinhole right here. Same thing for this one. You got this little piece with these 2 pins right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to move this back, and you're just going to try to plug these in just like this. There we go, and that'll lock those into place. And there we have Marvin in his, I guess, his robot mode. Of course, this is their take on the Auto Scout, I believe, from a Prime problem. I think we only saw this guy once. And you can see he got some nice yellow paint, more of that piss yellow and metallic for his little screen right there. Same thing for right here. His little radar dish has some nice silver on it. Nice silver on the little arm right here as well. Just, you know, a weird little thing. He does roll. He just doesn't roll very well on my table because he's got some steel wheels on a very plastic table, so he doesn't roll too well. And as far as articulation, you can move his little scout head. I guess you can bring this down to the transformation hinge if you want. And then, of course, the arm has a hinge here, a hinge at the midpoint, and then a hinge at the claw. The claw, of course, does open as well. It is kind of tight, at least on my copy. Kind of got to get in there and pull it open, but it can open. And he does come with some accessories. He does come with the little shards from a Prime problem. He comes with a whole one done in a silver. It's a fingerprint magnet on there. You can see I already got some of my fingerprints on there. And he comes with, of course, a broken shard piece for analysis later on. I think this is from a Prime problem, but you can correct me in the comments. And of course, you can insert that into his little claw there, and he can bring that to Soundwave for all the researching and all of the analyses. And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it for Marvin, aka the Auto Scout. And for a final comparison, there we have our entire cassette tape core, all as one, all 9 of them. Good God, how do they all fit in Soundwave / Sound Blaster's chest? But there they are, all in their beast modes, and they do look quite magnificent together. You know, again, these are just accessories, but wow, you know, lots of detail put in these. Really well thought out. I think they look great. So there we go for that. So let's summarize, and there we have it for the Robot Paradise RP-01C Cassetticons. And yeah, one is a really nice play on an old hit. The Auto Scout, aka Marvin, looks pretty good for what he is. And as far as the other two go, Slugfest and Overkill, again, leave it to Fans Toys to take two bots that I really don't know anything about and make two little accessory figures that I really love. And that being said, again, if you are looking for a more like masterpiece-ish style version, like a full-on action figure, you know, as I stated before in the previous Cassetticons reviews, this is not that. These guys are more like accessories to the Acoustic Wave and Acoustic Blaster, and for me personally, I'm more than fine with that. They perform their jobs well, they're beautifully painted, they come with all the accessories to match, and I will find a solid spot for all of these on my shelf. But again, your mileage may vary. If you're looking to pick them up, definitely, I do highly recommend them. You could check out the Chosen Prime. They had some in stock last I checked. I'll put a link in the description down below. Also, check out the unboxing. I'll put a link in the description to that as well. And that being said, you guys know what to do at this point. If you found this video fun and informative, leave me a like below. I do greatly appreciate it, and it does help me out. If you're not subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I do reviews quite regularly of Transformers toys, both official and non. Lots of Fans Toys stuff too. I'll put a link in the description to that down below. And that's going to wrap everything up. I have been FC Finch. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.